What is up, guys? Kevin over at LEGbrOs coming back at you with another streaming video of how we're going to find some Legos today, hopefully. We're just screen recording here, so this is just my search, what I'm doing. Obviously, it's a day behind so that you guys can't snipe all of the stuff that I want. But ultimately, if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. This is just a series where I show you kind of how I would source specifically. So we're just going to go through, see if we find anything. If we don't, we don't, but hopefully we do. Because that's always more fun when we actually find something. This is actually a pretty decent deal. It's not really, really good, but any kind of new sealed in-box castle sets for any kind of price below $200 is pretty good. Looks like this Reserve for Stealth Grandpa. I actually deal with him quite a bit, which is kind of funny. One of these unique packs. He likes the unique packages of stuff. So Stealth Grandpa, if you're watching, shout out to you, man. Let's see what else we got here. This one I actually just got for my daughter for a birthday present. And that was actually a pretty cool set. This one's brand new in box too. I'm actually going to take a look on my other system and see what that is going for, because $70 seems a little cheap. 6056. If this person has a whole bunch of sealed castle sets, that could be cool if I was able to get like a deal on a whole bunch of them. So maybe we'll take a look and see what that person actually has. Oh, come on. Why is it going so slow? Let's take a look at what this guy has. Sometimes this is what happens. You find a seller that sells one thing and you're like, hey, let's take a look and see. It looks like my Wi-Fi is going really slow, which is always cool. Oh, he was the same guy that was selling that for $150 as well. Come on, load up. Items for sale. Search it. There we go. It's the closest one. The one on Bricklink is the cheapest. Is $100 sealed in the U.S. So that's actually not bad. Maybe we could get a whole bunch of sets from him at the same time. 140 for 6262. The King Kahuka's throne. There's an Explorian set in box. Man, this guy had a whole bunch of these things. There's the R2. I had the droid pack that came with R2 and C3PO in there. Oh, that is like dream right there. I'm not going to pay $675, but brand new Deep Freeze Defender. One of my favorite sets of all time. Probably the favorite set of all time. This guy has the vintage hook up. Holy cow. Old UFO. Must have found some estate sale or garage sale or something like that is usually what these people run into, some garage that somebody's selling a whole bunch of stuff from, a collection. Or it's just a personal collection they had in the attic they never opened. But it's so hard to find these things from, years back. This Majesto's workshop was 1993 was when that was made. So that's going on 30 years now. 130 is what that's selling for on Bricklink, so that's not as good of a deal. I don't know. I have to come back to that. I'll look into it and see if maybe some of those sets are good to go on. Maybe we'll do a combo deal possibly with that guy, but we will see. Relatively new seller, so that's always a chance as well. Not really, but I mean somewhat. Let's take a look. You're always protected through eBay, which is nice if you get scammed. Obviously, you're out your money, so if you don't have that money to spare, we'll change this at 200 so we don't have to keep changing pages. But yeah, if you don't have the spare money to do that and your money's held aside, that's an inconvenience. But at this point, for the business and stuff like that, it doesn't really hurt us as much. Let's get back to where we were before. We stopped at Baby Yoda. But yes, it hurts quite a bit for people who don't have that spare money, and that was going towards something. Here is a lot of Lego figures. So build your own. He's trying to do a mix and match party pack like I do. See if there's anything to be seen in here. There's a Ninja Turtle. We got Raphael, some Ninjago in there. Clone Trooper, single Clone Trooper, some fake stuff. Celtics. There's a 501st set of legs. Not really particularly inspired. I have plenty of that stuff. I have 45 pounds of stuff like that, so no need for me right now, but that's not necessarily a bad deal. Probably talk that guy down a little bit and get something. There's a nice voice crack there. I've been talking all day, so the last 2 days. I worked a really long day yesterday, and I've been talking all day today too for my other job, so voice is a little bit shot right now, so I apologize if it sounds like that. That's a cool set, the little combo of the TIE Fighter and Y-Wing. Here comes my dog clicking around on the floor. Clip clop. I don't know if that picked up on the on the head or on the microphone. The old plane, the Boeing, totally random build there. It's all like white and blue bricks. Diagon Alley, that is a great set if you have it sealed. Helicarrier, another good one. There's a Harry Potter lot. Has a whole bunch of Harry Potter sets. I just don't have time for things like this, though. I would love to get something like that. That's actually not a bad deal if you wanted to complete all those sets. It looks like a castle, the train, the bus, the escape from Pivot Drive, maybe. Yeah, I just don't have time. Don't have time. Way back when, I might have looked into something like that, but now I got way too much stuff. I don't know why I'm even doing this video. I already have too much stuff. This is just tempting me to buy more stuff. I actually put the Jurassic Park set in my cart as well last night, and I was like, I'm gonna order this for myself because it was like $209, which is cheaper than retail. And I was like, it's never gonna get cheaper than that because I think it's gonna be a pretty good investment set later on down the line. If they don't just have it forever, I think it's probably worth the pickup. I just couldn't pull the trigger for myself. Now I have the opposite problem where I just only buy for business and I don't buy for myself. I did buy that Harry Potter castle that's up there just because I know I'll probably end up selling it before I even build it. It'll probably be worth something astounding and I'll probably just end up selling it, knowing me. Starhawk 2, that's a great set, but not worth $80 for me anyways. Gunship, $320. It's not terrible with shipping though. Meh. This set's up to $220 now. I think I have one for sale too. That's like $200, something like that. Phase 2 Rex, man, that guy went crazy. Ninjago pieces. That looks like 4, 7, 10, 17 characters. Not worth it. About $5 a piece. That's about what I would get for him. 85 shipping. I was gonna say that's a great deal for that box, but $85 to ship, no thank you. I don't think he's gonna get $1,700 for the Harry Potter castle. It's not that exclusive just yet. Jeez. It's funny how some of these people just come in and they just ask the world. They never get it, of course. I'm sure some people do every once in a while, but it's probably a scam. They probably get scammed just like they're trying to scam other people. As we see this guy selling it for $500. Which I think is still more than Lego was selling it for, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll do a couple buy it nows. This is the buy it now search. That's the default because that's just the one I snipe from. Just in case something gets posted, I'm like, boom, I'm right there. Buy it now. Let's do it. We'll go to the auctions here in a little bit as well. That was just an advent calendar, the Darth Maul advent calendar. So no, thank you there. It's funny that the Sultan Hoth ended up somewhat rising in value because nobody bought it. Everybody hated the set to death. So, I mean, when I say nobody, I mean, of course people bought it, but ultimately the vast majority of people did not like the set. So they retired quick and things that retire quick become unavailable. And then that's what you get, a valuable collector's item at that point. That's an interesting Lego set right there. Some bricks. I should get into selling bricks. I just don't. I can't even fathom it right now. These hoses are always hard to find, the yellow ones especially, the yellow and black ones. But even the black ones nowadays are hard to find. They were featured in like all sorts of other sets way back when, all the space sets and stuff like that. So we're nearing the end of our buy it now ability because ultimately if something has lasted this far down, most likely it's not that great of a deal. Usually if it's a good deal, it'll be gone by the time we hit down here. Judging from my previous experience, I'm sure there's some I'm missing out, but optimizing that time, that's what it's all about. So let's go ahead and head back up to the top here, and we will go ahead and take a look at our auctions. Just going to go to the ending soonest because there's no point in bidding on an auction that's going to end in 5 days unless you think you're not going to be around when it ends. That would be the only reason I'd ever bid on anything before it ends. Because ultimately, if you have a max price in mind, you might as well put it in at the end so you pay the littlest amount of that, or you miss out on it and you don't have time. If you bid like way ahead of time and you put your max in there and then the max gets hit, then you are way more tempted to like up your max and like continue to up your max and keep going and going and going, and that's what the auctions are counting on you doing. But ultimately, if you want to stick at your price point, which is what you have to do in this business if you are looking at reselling instead of collecting, it's better just to do it at the end, because then you're not tempted to increase your amount. You set an amount, you go to that, put that in the system, and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it wasn't meant to be, in my opinion. I'll still complain when I don't win things. My wife will tell you. I'll still complain when I don't win things, but at least it's a sound principle, I should say. Nothing. Nothing that's even interesting. At this point, we can scroll pretty fast, too. Doesn't take me long to know what I'm looking for. Vintage parts. Space Police. The old school Space Police. Yeah, we got some Aquanauts in there. I don't know, he's talking about Space Police. I don't see any Space Police in there. That's maybe vintage or classic space sets, but not... Oh, there's a Space Police sign right there. That's from Space Police 1. And some Aquanauts. I never know how much pieces are worth, though. Probably that, because vintage pieces could sell for quite a bit, but... Clone Trooper lot and floor clone walkers. Clones are nuts right now. Are there a whole bunch of clones in the back that are just not showing? I don't get how this picture works. There's two pictures. One shows a walker and one clone. One shows 6 gunners up at the front. What about all of these guys? Are those all included as well? Because that changes things, if they are. Let's see if it goes in the description here. 4 clone walkers, original box, bunch of LEGO accessories sold as is, which includes 6 clone troopers, 4 clone walkers, and an original 8014 box. No base plate or background Legos included. What? 4 clone walkers. Okay, the sets themselves. Original box in one of them. And a bunch of LEGO accessories. This set is sold as is, which includes 6 clone troopers, 4 clone walkers. So I think it's just the front. What a confusing listing. Don't do that, people. Don't do that. I guarantee that somehow this is worded so that those clones in the very back there don't come with it. And if they do, that person is just terrible at making listings, because there's a Rex back there. There's a whole bunch of clones back there. Maybe it's it's worth asking them. I don't know if they would even have time to respond before this ends, but it doesn't even describe what it actually comes with. Like, if it actually describes it, it's just the front pictures. And why would you put it in the background of tons of clones behind the box that you say is included? And you don't even specify whether that whole giant army of clones back there is included. I don't think it is, but why? Why would you put a box that's included in the background behind the things that aren't included? Let's just think about this, people. Like, make your listings clear. If you want to sell something, make it as clear as possible what you're actually selling. That's probably going up high because people think that there's clones in the background, and then they're going to get shipped something, and then there's just this whole, oh, you didn't tell me that those didn't come, and blah, blah, blah. It's just a nightmare for everybody involved. So hopefully whoever wins that specifies what they're getting. This lot is not terrible. I have too many superheroes already, especially DC. Like, the DC box is just incredibly full right now. I haven't even been able to go through it whatsoever, but there are some good pieces in there. Dr. Doom. There's a Nova back there as well. Carnage. Batgirl. a War Machine there. Is that an old Mr. Freeze head as well? Doesn't look like that has body though. Yeah, maybe 2 old Mr. Freeze heads. Not terrible. I'm gonna have to count that one up. I'll add it to the watch list, and I'll count it up. Even though, see, this is my problem. I have a whole bin of DC figures that I haven't even cleared out, and I'm still trying to buy new ones. I have a problem. I should be using this time to sort through 45 pounds of figures, but not. Or posting, at least. I should be posting mostly than sorting. This one could be promising. Just a whole bunch of figures in here. If they're not a whole bunch of nothing, which it looks like could be the case. Yeah, not seeing anything that's worth it. Just a whole bunch of random. Yep. Nope. Don't have time for this. Nope. There's Cloud City, the same Cloud City we've seen on every single hunting for Lego deals video thus far. We've seen that same exact set. So obviously he hasn't sold it. People want that Cloud City Boba Fett, man. You don't include it, they get mad. I need this ship. I need it. I don't need the box, even though the box would be real nice. I don't think I could afford a set with the box for my purposes. Because that's a collection for me, so not really resale purposes. So obviously they go along the same lines of me trying to find it as cheap as possible. But I guess it would be better to collect with the box for those kind of things. But my other pirate ships don't have boxes, so it's not like I have the whole pirate ship collection with box. That'd be cool though. 7676, that's not a bad deal if it stays somewhere near there. Fort LEGbrO pieces. I gotta complete my Fort LEGbrO. There's the Iron Man head already on there. 6090, but not complete. I don't have time for not complete right now. Oh, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Why didn't I buy that for 300 bucks? Oh, man. Oh, I gotta find somebody who's selling that cheap. Gotta find somebody. I need that ship. Vintage Dragon Knights. Some good vintage stuff there. Vintage Pirates. I found the Knights actually more valuable than the Pirates. Seems like all the Nightlines, like all the Dragon Knights, Lion Knights, all of those Wolfpack, they hold more value than the old school Pirates of the same age, which I thought was interesting. I thought the Pirates would be holding their own in terms of value. We're about 4 hours in. Again, I did not do this in the morning, so it's 3:20 here now. So ultimately, I'm gonna run out of stuff here in a sec. The Ghostbusters Tower, man. I had that one. I've never had that one sealed. I had it, as new as possible from a used set, and that sold real fast. Pirates of Barracuda Bay, still available. I'm not interested in anything that's still available because at some point it will go on clearance. And then your set that you're holding will not be worth anything until you want to wait for a while. And I don't have time for wait for a while. That's not my business model. I know there's plenty of people that actually do like just buy all the clearance and then just keep the sets till later and sell them on Amazon or whatever for ridiculous prices. Don't shop on Amazon, people. So expensive comparatively. I mean, even eBay is somewhat more expensive than Bricklink sometimes, but ultimately, at least you can still see the pictures and stuff like that from eBay. But Amazon is just in a class of its own. There's like 3 sellers that can sell on Amazon for used Lego, and they just price whatever like so high. It's ridiculous. And they usually buy the stuff from me, so just know that. There's a ton of drop shippers that buy stuff from me. The Ninjago Dragon Pit. Looks like kind of a cool set. This one got redone, so the price on this one's probably going to drop somewhat soon, as per usual for things that get redone. Not a bad price for the tumbler if no one... Oh, it's $50 shipping. That changes things. I got to get me one of these, too. I know there was like a fluke in one store, and those were selling for like $5. I was not part of that, though. I wasn't smart enough to think about getting those. Oh, my air conditioning went off. Nice. It'll probably just go on about 2 seconds because it's like 98 degrees here. Luckily, where we are is a desert, so there's no humidity. That helps things. We're at 17 hours, so we are past the day for today, going into tomorrow. So I don't have any interest in looking that far out. We did follow one thing. We're going to go ahead and go back to our buy it now, just in case anything else got posted before we wrap up this video. Man, I hope these things do better. Hopefully we find some more stuff. Obviously, you guys are now scalping things, I'm sure, so I have to look out for people buying my inventory is the problem now. But hopefully we find something, because we haven't found anything in there's that $200 Ahsoka, in 2 videos now, which is a bummer. I want to show you guys how this works and whatnot, but you don't always find something. I mean, I usually do this same search that you're seeing, not the auction part, that's only 1 time a day, but I do this same search that you're seeing, 8 times a day plus. So ultimately, I'll probably contact the guy on some of these maybe, see if he's interested in selling a whole bunch of them at once for cheaper. I haven't really decided on that one yet, but hopefully we get some more deals on future videos, because I know you guys did enjoy this when I actually did find something. Hopefully you still enjoy it without finding something, the insight to how I actually try to search for all of this stuff. I love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not, hit that button already. Become a LEGbro. Join the family. We are growing. We're almost at 4,000 subscribers, which is just mind-blowing to me that we're even at that point, and we're growing fast. So definitely would appreciate smashing the like button. That helps the YouTube algorithm push it to more people, so more people can become LEGbros. And subscribe if you're new. I love you, and I'll catch you on the next one.